I'm sorry I haven't made a video in a while. It's just been hard for me to find time to record. But now that the school year has started, I think I'll have a lot more free time or just time by myself in the house, so I'm be able to get more done. So today's video is, as you can probably tell from the title, a house that I made to be entirely black and white, but each room is going to have a different color of the rainbow as kind of an accent. I don't really know. I just wanted to try something different because, as I think I've mentioned before, modern houses are not really something I'm very familiar or comfortable with building. I think more sort of fantasy, Victorian era kind of houses are what I like to build. Or not really Victorian era. I think that's kind of just used as kind of a catch-all term for houses that were built over 100 or so years ago, but you know what I mean. But yeah, this was kind of fun because I had no idea what I was doing. I just started making shapes and trying to figure something out. It was a good experience though, I would say. I don't know how well it turned out, because contemporary houses, as I say, are not really my forte, but I just liked the idea more than anything, I think. I think one of the biggest challenges for this house was that I wanted, as I said, to make it entirely black and white except for specific colors in specific rooms. So I couldn't use items that had more than one color on them. And I wanted the house, or the exterior of the house, to stay entirely black and white. So I couldn't use any plants for decoration, which is something maybe I took for granted before. You know, the landscaping it's such a huge part of the exterior decor and the overall feel of the house. And I could not do very much of that at all. Although I did end up adding some plants in the back at the end just to kind of reflect the rainbow theme of the house. Although I'm not really sure if right at the back was the best place to put them in retrospect, but I'm really getting ahead of myself. I will address that later, or you will see it later rather. And another thing that I was weirdly excited to use were the half walls. I always forget that they exist and I just use fences, but I remembered this time and I was happy to get to use them. And just in general, the interior of this house was kind of nice to lay out and decorate because it's a lot smaller than the houses I usually make, and therefore it was a lot more comfortable just to add things without having the added worry about making sure you have enough decorations and things to fit, or not exactly fit, but to fill a massive space and not just make it feel like some vacant, half-finished room. I'm trying to get better about speaking on camera. I'm still very nervous and I fumble my words a lot, but I think it's getting better. Everybody always talks about fight or flight, but there's actually a third one, which is freeze. And that's what happens to me. I think you can kind of tell in these videos. Maybe it's more obvious to me because I know what was going through my head when I was recording. But I just have such a hard time when I'm put on the spot just for speaking in general, and I forget half my vocabulary. And like I say, maybe you can tell that I'm struggling to find a word and it's just not there, even though obviously I know what it is that I want to say, because or else I wouldn't be trying to say it, but it's not coming to me. My brain has just shut down. I'm not sure if that makes sense to anybody, but I'm hoping that maybe making these videos will be good practice and I can improve not only speaking in the videos but also in the real world. So fingers crossed. I'm definitely going to keep making videos, and like I say, I'm sorry if my channel goes dead for long periods of time. It's probably just because I'm looking for time to record a video, or I'm just struggling to get myself into a mind state where I feel confident enough to be able to speak. But yeah, I think it's getting better. I hope it's getting better. I'm starting to feel a bit more comfortable. I don't know if this is what you were really clicked on this video to hear about, but that's what's going on in my life. But yeah, back to the build. It was kind of hard to decorate the exterior of the house, which I sort of alluded to before, but yeah, I wasn't sure what kind of materials to use. I tried experimenting with different types of bricks and things and the wall panels, but it didn't really look right to me. In the end, I found it was better just to use solid colors on the walls. I'm not sure if it looks cool or if it looks stupid, to be honest, but I'm gonna upload it anyways because, like I say, it was really the idea that I liked more than anything. And I think I've mentioned this before, but the Sims 4 color swatches are kind of a double-edged sword because, well, it's frustrating that you can't just pick an item you like and then have it in any color you want. It's also fun because it allows me the opportunity just to experiment with different items that I never would have used before. And that's just really interesting to me. I'm finding things that I never really paid attention to, even though they've been in my game since forever. And the lighting was also kind of interesting to do because a lot of them were very yellow, but I wasn't sure I really wanted that. And you can change the tone of the lighting, but it's kind of annoying to do when you're in build mode. And I don't know, maybe I'm just being silly, and there is a way to do it in build mode. But I don't know, like, I haven't moved anyone into this house at this point, so how am I gonna switch, you know? You know what I mean. And, yeah, I'm really rambling. I'm not sure what to talk about, which is probably not good. I'm a terrible YouTuber. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I was really lonely a couple weeks ago, so I tried watching this ASMR video that was like a jealous girlfriend because I was like, I'm lonely, maybe I can just pretend to have a nice and in retrospect, if I wanted just to have a nice experience because I was lonely, I probably shouldn't have clicked on the one that said jealous girlfriend. But I hated it. It was, oh my god, it was so uncomfortable. It was gross. And I'm sorry, like, obviously some people like that, and I'm not trying to shade them or anything. But, it was not what I expected. It was not what I wanted. It was it was an experience. I couldn't watch the whole thing. I'm sorry. It was terrible. And I've never really watched ASMR before. It was just something I was kind of curious about, and I decided to check out. But my first experience was not the most pleasant. But that's okay. I don't think I'll be doing that again. But it was kind of funny. Yeah, I'm not sure if I even want to talk about what the video was about. But maybe you can guess. I don't know. It was not what I expected, to say the least. Oh yes, and I tried a lot of things here because I felt like the top, or the space above the front door, or doors as it were, was very barren and it didn't look right. So I don't know, I tried to make something there. This did not work out. I do not keep this at the end of the build. But yeah, it was something. I think I end up replacing those as well, but I don't know if there should have been maybe something that kind of stuck out at the front of the house, to make it a bit more dynamic and bring some life to it. And oh yeah, it was kind of fun. I tried to make patterns with those wall beams from Get Famous, but it didn't really work out in the end, unfortunately. But oh well. I added some other stuff on that wall, but yeah, that looked kind of cool. I kind of like that, but not for this house. It would be a neat kind of thing to experiment with for something else, I think, but not here, unfortunately. Oh, speaking of building, I would like to start playing Minecraft. Not just because I want to jump on the bandwagon. Actually, I have had my own, I put together a mod pack for the kind of world I really wanted to create, and I think 2 years ago now, or maybe just 1 year ago, but it was a long time ago, I wanted to make a Minecraft series, my own Minecraft series, because I did a series on this channel which has since been deleted because it was terrible and I was embarrassed by it, but it was with Stacy Plays' Mystic Mesa mod pack, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed it, but I wanted to do my own thing. And I put together a mod pack and actually recorded an episode or something, whatever you call it, a video. But I never edited it or uploaded it. Oh, uploaded it? That was terrible. I'm sorry. I'm still, very panicked in my speaking. But yeah, and I'm really excited about it. I want to go through with it now, and I didn't before just because I was nervous, because of a lot of different things. Mostly I think because with these build videos, I just record a voiceover after, so I don't have to worry about it making it perfect live when I'm doing it, and that's something that concerns me about doing Let's Plays. It's just if I don't get it perfect the first time when I'm recording, if I'm not funny enough, if I'm not entertaining enough, well then there goes the video. It's just shot. It's not salvageable, you know what I mean? So that gives me a lot of anxiety. Even though it's not live, it's you only get one chance. Whereas with this, if I mess up my recording too badly, I can just delete that section and record it again, or record something else. You know what I mean? But this was a little different, and I do feel more confident now. I am really wanting to make that series, but the point I was trying to make was that I don't know what to call it, really. I that's like the one thing that's holding me back the most. I want the perfect name for my Minecraft series, and I can't think of one. I don't want to have something really narcissistic, like using my own name, but I don't know. We'll have to see. So hopefully that will be coming soon if you're interested. I don't know if people watching this like Minecraft or not, but I do, and I really am excited just to create my own world and share it with everybody. And maybe I'll do like a return to Mystic Mesa kind of video, because I really love that series as well, and even though it's gone now, I put a lot of work into building it up and, you know, just making it my own, and I really like the house I built in that series, so I kind of want to share a little bit of it, even if I'm not going to continue with it. So I'm sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent. That's enough about Minecraft. So in decorating the house, I think if my explanation earlier didn't make any sense, you can kind of see where I'm going with this now. The vintage glamour stuff, I always get those two mixed up, the names of them, but you can, a lot of the items from there were really helpful in this build, and just in general, I thought I'm glad I bought that pack. I use the items from it all the time now. It's probably one of the packs I get the most use out of. Everyone has their favorites. A lot of people really hate my first pet stuff, but I love it. I think it's adorable. So, you know, everyone has their preferences. I'm trying to think, what is my least favorite pack that I have? I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I'd say spooky stuff is maybe the one that I use the least, because the items are so specific to Halloween. But I don't have all of the different packs, as maybe you can tell from my videos. So it's kind of hard for me to pick which one is the worst, because I only bought the ones that I really wanted. Yeah. Just off the top of my head, I think maybe vintage glamour or the romantic garden stuff might be my favorite. I'm not sure. I really love the plants and stuff. They really help a lot with landscaping and decorating the yard. For the romantic garden stuff. And I also just love the vintage glamour items. I use them a lot. Oh, and I should also mention that I think one thing that I did kind of cheat with a bit in this build was the books. They're all in black and white, but they have like some yellow or gold text on the side, which is not the greatest, but that was the only thing I used that wasn't purely black, white, and whichever color was supposed to be an accent or whatever you would call it in the room. And like I mentioned earlier, the fact that I couldn't use any plants because they had green leaves was quite frustrating, but there were those roses that I used in the living room area, and I used them later in the bedroom that don't have any leaves or anything showing, so you can they're just white and red or white and purple, so that was very helpful. And I was going to use the shower from Get Famous because I thought it was really funky and modern, but of course they had like little toiletries and stuff as a little decoration in there, and I couldn't use it because they were very brightly colored and distracting from the whole black, white, and pink feel of the washroom, which was kind of frustrating, but oh well. This might have been my least favorite room, actually. I wasn't really sure what I was doing with it. I just kind of threw it together. It was hard to find decorations that worked and fit in the room. But I got to use the cool toilet. I was waiting for an opportunity to use that toilet because I really loved it. It was really neat, but like, what kind of build are you going to make that would fit a funky toilet like that? And the answer is this one, apparently. Oh yes, and the kitchen, I kind of cheated a bit in using the green lights on the appliances. I think, I don't know, it was hard to choose which colors would be for each room because I had to be a little bit strategic about it because I knew certain items that were specific to a certain room wouldn't come in a certain color, and the kitchen ended up being orange. I don't remember exactly why I picked that. But, yeah, I had to kind of concede, with the white, or the green, little details on the appliances, which I hope isn't too distracting, but, it turned out kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. I liked that it was a smaller kitchen. It was a lot easier to fill the space. I've mentioned before my hatred of kitchens. I'm sorry. Oh, and the table frustrated me to no end because I wanted just to put 4 chairs on it because it's a fairly small house. You wouldn't really need that many chairs, I don't think, but you couldn't lay them out evenly across from each other, just in kind of a square shape. The layout ended up being very odd, and it really annoyed me because I didn't want a tiny table, but I just wanted a decently sized table that 4 people could sit at, because if I wanted to have it, I could have 2 chairs, but that just seems too few. Like, if you want people over, you're probably going to want to have a couple extra chairs, and I'm probably overthinking this, but it really bothered me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't try it with 3 chairs. Maybe that could have worked. I don't remember exactly how the chairs automatically snap to the table. For that size of table, but yes, it was really quite a nuisance, I found. I don't know what I'm saying now. I'm sorry. I'm just, getting distracted. It was actually kind of a challenge in this room to pick what shade of blue I wanted, because I really needed to just pick one and stick with it, but there were so many different colors I was finding when I was picking out all these blue items, even more so than with any of the other colors in the other rooms. So that was interesting, and I ended up going with like the darker, richer kind of blue, and I think it turned out nicely. I really like just the overall color scheme of that room, I think. Oh yes, and then the bedroom was purple, and I'm really glad there was a black, white, and purple bed, because at this point I realized that I had chosen to do this room last, and if there didn't happen to be a bed in the color I needed, I would have to redo everything. Or not everything, but at least one other room I would have to switch with this one, and have to find a whole new set of items to go in it. So that was not very smart on my part, but it worked out. And I really liked... Oh yes, I remember seeing those pink, it was like a purple and black and white nail polish set, I think, and I saw it when I was decorating the bathroom, and I thought, oh, this is gonna be perfect. Oh, and that thing too, yeah, this is gonna be perfect for the upstairs or the bedroom. So yeah, I'm just kind of rambling. I'm sorry. And the roses, once again, those worked out well. Yeah, this is some of the decor in this room is kind of random because, like I say, it's kind of hard to find items in the very specific colors that I need them, and not having them, they can't have any other colors in them except for those little books, which I kind of cheated with it again, as you can see. But yeah, like there's an urn on the bedside table for some reason, because that was one of the only items I could find. But I think it turned out, oh yeah, and I kind of experimented with the roof a bit. It kind of ended up looking like a storybook, which was weird, but I thought it was kind of cool. I don't know if it looks good or not, but that's how it turned out. And I was just happy to be finished with this house. I don't know. It was nice to do because, like I say, it was smaller than my other builds, and it was just more of an exercise in bringing across an idea than it was having this whole full-scale mansion, elaborate design. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope it turned out alright. And I will hopefully have more videos soon. Thank you. Bye.